Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, Jeff, Cliff Olney. How are you?
My God, Councilman, how are you?
I'm good. I called because I wanted to clarify something that I heard said about the ethics complaint that the city is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not the mayor or the two new council members who initiated this story. It was me. I sent it, not a press release exactly, but Mr. Schoen and Mr. Kimball did not have the information regarding what the complaint was about prior to when I sent it to them on Monday. And I had promised both of them that they could take a look at what it was once they were sworn in, and I sent it over to them along with the letter that I included. And I'd be glad to send that to you, what I sent them, so you can see it. But I want this cleared up, and I think the only way...
Well, you have the complaint then. You have the allegations?
I have the allegations, yes.
Yeah, send them to me.
Exhibits. Yeah, I'll send it to you because the exhibits that he attached to it, I outlined in my letter, going through and rebutting them. And also, there are a lot of questions that would remain in the public's mind were this not to be brought up if it were to have been dropped at the last council before this new council.
So you want it to keep going?
I do.
Okay.
I want the public to know that this was a political move by the former mayor, all right, and that is all. If you look at the actual complaints that he made, you'll see it and you can make your own determination. That's what I wanted Mr. Schoen and Mr. Kimball to be able to see. And also I included all the other council members, and I'll put it out so that it's known. I want it to be known by the public because the intention, I believe, was political. And then,
are you supposed to be keeping the accusations private? I mean,
well, you would think initially, but he had the.
I think it all should be released.
What's that?
It all should be released if they're accusing you of something.
Well, we're talking about transparency here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it should be transparent. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about, is me coming out to the press is one of the issues in telling who it is that I was going to vote for a new lawyer. The other one had to do with a golf course, and that was litigated and adjudicated in McCluskey's court that there was no wrongdoing. And had there been, as former Mayor Smith is accusing me of, that deal would not have been allowed to be voted on. Or I would not have been able to vote on it. I would have had to recuse myself. Were there any questions by the lawyers that were involved? And so there's things like that need to be discussed so the public understands. And so I heard something said, well, the mayor, he thought this thing had died. Last year would not have been the appropriate time to have voted on this, I think, because the perception, I think, in the public's mind would have been, I don't know how anyone would vote, but the perception would have been, well, Councilwoman Ruggiero and Hickey, Councilman Hickey would have sided with me and just let it go, and not done anything. That's not the way to end this in people's minds. The way to end it is to actually present all of the information so people can make their own determination to see what motivated the former mayor to bring these charges.
Lance the boil, that's what they say, let us see it all.
Yeah, exactly. They say that sunlight is the best disinfectant. And that's what I'd like to see. So people understand I'm there for the reasons that I got elected to do, a job, and not to, and this has been muddying the water for the last, 2 years that I was.
How are you getting along with these people? I see the meetings are shorter.
Well, I have no argument with the two new council members and the mayor. I appreciate the things that we've been able to get through in 52 minutes. So I think it's pretty clear that we can work together, and I will work with them. I'm sure we'll have lively debates over some issues, but there'll be debates and not like what we saw before. So I just wanted to clear that up. I'd be glad to come in and take questions from the listeners someday if you have time.
You let me know what day. You're always welcome.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye now.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Councilman Cliff Olney says he wants to lance the boil, wants to get it all out. And I agree, it should be, because the alternative is it's sort of this, well, you don't really know what's in there. And boy, when that comes out, no. Tell us now. Tell it all. Every sordid detail, right? Exactly. Well, it's good to hear from the councilman. And it'll be good to hear from the mayor one of these days. I thought she was going to come on every month. We're still in the first month, but we haven't seen her yet. And I'd like to, it's free access to the peeps. There's no place where you're going to get more access to city residents than right here, in my opinion. I have nothing to base that on, but that's my opinion. Okay? All right.